This is Misty Forest Bible Ministries, and this is Genesis 20, chapter 26 of the KJ3. And a famine was in the land besides the famine in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, to Gerar. And Jehovah appeared to him and said, "Do not go down into Egypt, stay in the land which I shall say to you. Reside in this land, and I will be with you and bless you for you to your seed, and I will give all these lands, and I will cause to rise my oath, which I swore to your father Abraham. And I will increase your seed like the stars of the heaven, and I will give to your seed all these lands. And the nation of the earth shall bless themselves in your seed, because Abraham listened to my voice and heeded my charge, my commands, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac lived in Gerar. And the men of the place asked about his wife, and he said, She is my sister, for she was afraid to say, My wife, lest that the men of the place kill me on account of Rebekah, and for she was good of form. And it happened when his days were many for him there, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked through the window and saw that, behold, Isaac was sporting with his wife Rebekah. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, See, surely she is your wife. How have you said she is my sister? And Isaac said to him, Because I said, lest I die on account of her. Abimelech said, What is this you have done to us? One of the people had a little lane with your wife, and you would have brought on us guilt. Abimelech commanded all the people, saying, Anyone touching this man and his wife dying shall die. And Isaac sowed in that land, and 100-fold was found in that year, and Jehovah blessed him. And the man grew great, and he went on to be great until he became exceedingly great. The possession of flocks and possessions of herds and many slaves were his, and the Philistines envied him. And all the wells which the slaves of his father dug in the days of his father Abraham, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with dust. Abimelech said to Isaac, Go from us, for you are stronger than we. And Isaac went from there and encamped in Gerar Valley and lived there. And Isaac returned and dug the wells of water which they dug in the days of his father Abraham, and the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called names to them like the names which his father had called them. And Isaac's slaves dug in the torrent bread, and they were found there a well of flowing water. And the shepherd Gerar fought with the shepherds of Isaac, saying that the water is ours, and he called the name of the well Contention, for he had contended with him. And they dug another well, and they also fought over it, and he called its name Opposition. And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not fight over it. And he called its name Broad Places. And he said, For now Jehovah has broadened for us, and shall be fruitful in the land. And he went there to Beersheba, and Jehovah appeared to him in the same night, and said, I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you, and I will bless you and increase your seed because of my servant Abraham. And he built an altar there, and called on the name of Jehovah. And he pitched his tent there, and the slaves of Isaac dug a well there. And Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and he ate Azuzoph and Pichol, and the general of his army. And Isaac said to them, Why have you come to me, since you hate me and sent me away from you? And they said, Seeing you have seen that Jehovah has been with you, we have said, Let there be an oath now between us and you, and let us cut a covenant with you. Whatever you will do with us evil, as we did not touch you, as we did only good with you, and we sent you away in peace. you now being blessed of Jehovah. And he made a feast for them, and they ate and drank. And they started up early at dawn, and each swore to his brother, and Isaac sent them away. And they left him in peace. And it happened on that day that Isaac's slaves came and told him that the well which they had dug, and it said to him, "We found water." And he called it Sheba, as the name of the city is the well of Sheba, Beersheba, till this day. And Ishwa was a son of 40 years, and he took a wife, Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, also Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were grief of spirit to Isaac and to Rebekah.